If you're watching this, you may have seen videos from Alex Hormozi or Chris Williamson or My First Million or the countless other YouTube business mindset junkie videos out there. But there's one problem. You are here. You're at step 1. Trying to learn from people who are at step 10 is not going to help you at all in this process. And here's why. If you're watching this video, you're probably either A, in a small town like I was. This is where I grew up, small town of 8,000 people. I was the guy working the blue collar job, completely transitioned from working that job to working a corporate marketing job and then starting my own business. Now I'm full-time with that business. Maybe it's your parents. Maybe you have blue collar parents who don't understand that there's another way to do things. There's another way to create wealth or make money other than just trading your time for the same job for 40 years. Or maybe your parents are super ultra successful and you feel like you have to fill their shoes, but their shoes just don't fit you and it just doesn't work. Let's look at the reality. If you want to be successful doing your own thing, running your own business, or at least leaving the job that you don't really like, it's going to look a lot like this. So does that sound fun? I hope it does, because that's going to be part of what you're doing. First, you're going to need to pick something. You need to choose something that you're going to invest your time in, basically a skill that you want to get to a certain level in. It doesn't have to be mastery, right? You just need to pick a skill that you want to learn. Now, it can be audio production, though that's pretty saturated these days, video editing, or my favorite, social media copywriting on LinkedIn. Now, there are complete jobs that you can get just writing for people. So you got to look at what's my knack, what's my niche, what's the thing that I can do naturally that other people are typically worse at than me. I did an entire podcast and video on how to get started. So if you're watching on YouTube right now, I'll put that right above. If you're listening on the audio version, I'll make sure to throw that in the show notes. It's my guide to getting started on your side hustle. To do this, you need to set a predictable amount of time that you're going to pursue this thing. It could be 10 minutes per day. If it's audio production, maybe you just edit one song per day. You learn how compression works one week, you learn how EQ works the next. Maybe it's social media copywriting. You learn how to write hooks, then you learn how to write the body. You spend 15 minutes per day just writing. 4 days per week is the minimum, 7 days per week or twice a day is the max. The more you do it, the easier it's gonna get. The more you do it, the faster you're gonna get there. But you need to set a predictable amount of time. For me, I sat and made one LinkedIn post per day for 3 years. Now I get 1 million impressions a year on the platform and I have an entire business out of it. But if I would have stopped at 40 posts in or 60 posts in or 90 posts in, now I'm at almost 2,000 posts. Imagine if I would have stopped 100 posts in, I never would be here today. The price you pay for being average is the debt you pay to society calculated by the difference between where you are now and where you could be. Run that back one more time. The price you pay for being average is the debt you pay to society calculated by the difference between where you are now and where you could be. What this means is that you do not only have an obligation to yourself to pursue the things that you want to pursue, no matter how crazy they may sound. You also have a debt to society that you're constantly paying because you're not doing those things. Then that means somebody else is not filling that gap, right? And this is not one of those woo-woo motivational bullshit things where it's you're you and nobody else is like you. No, there's thousands of other people that are like you. But in terms of what you're gonna be able to do for that specific industry or that specific niche or that specific skill that you go into, nobody will be able to do it the exact same way. It may be tying hip hop to podcasts like we've done, right? And combining those elements between health, hustle, and hip hop. Some people might love podcasts, some people might love hip hop, some people might love health, but nobody else is tying those all together, right? So the things that you like and are interested in and naturally gravitate towards will become the thing that differentiates you later, right? So you do not only have a requirement to do this for yourself and your family and everybody that comes after you, but you also are paying this constant debt to society for the help that you're not giving it just because you're not pursuing the thing that you want to pursue. So to wrap up this podcast episode, there's a few things that I want to know. First of all, lean in to what you are naturally gravitating towards. If you love cars, then maybe you might want to start detailing cars or fixing cars on the side, or you get what I'm saying here. Just do the thing, try it out. If you love movies, maybe you want to start a podcast on movies. Who cares if it gets 10 downloads? At least you can say you tried it and you did it. Make sure it's something that you enjoy, so then you can have fun doing it. And also, finally, too many mentors is worse than not enough mentors. If you don't know what to do, asking 10 to 20 people is not going to get you to where you want to go. What you need to do is double down on what's already working. Did you promote your podcast on social media and now it has 10 more downloads than before? Well, then how do we promote it on social media more? We don't look at what's another thing I can add. We look at what's already working and then double down on that. So make sure you lean in, have fun, pick only a few mentors, and I'll make sure I get to the mentors in another video. Thank you so much for tuning in to this audio and video podcast episode. This is Bobcast. My name is Ryan Sullivan, the founder of Podcast Principles. We're a podcast production and launch company. We're the wedding planners of podcasting. So if you'd like to start your podcast or do something like this, like a video series or audio series on YouTube or Spotify, we can help you do that. Make sure to click the link below if you're watching on YouTube or in the show notes on the audio. We are on every single platform, even the ones nobody uses. And I'll catch you on the next one.